Chapter 7. The Church. In the spring of 1936, Mrs. Simpson wrote a letter to her husband. "Dear Ernest," she wrote, "you have been very kind to me. You are a good and strong man, but I must tell you that our marriage is finished. I am in love with the king, and I want a divorce. Don't be angry. There is nothing you can do. I'll never forget you, but I have to be free." Ernest replied immediately, "Your letter arrived this morning. I will do what you ask, but I'll never stop loving you. And if you need me, I'll always be here." That night the King and Wallis met at a small restaurant in Piccadilly. Edward read Ernest's letter again and again. "That's wonderful news," he said. "Nothing can stop us now." The next day, when Edward came down to breakfast, Gordon Lang, the Archbishop of Canterbury, was waiting for him. "Good morning, Gordon," the King said. "How nice to see you again, and what can I do for you?" For a minute the Archbishop said nothing. Then he opened a small black bag and took out 3 newspapers. "I have come to see you about Mrs. Wallis Simpson," he began. "The newspapers say that you want to marry her. Are these stories true, sir?" "Yes, Gordon. Wallis is going to be my wife." "But that's not possible," the Archbishop replied. "You know what the Church thinks about marriage and divorce. Divorce is wrong in the eyes of God." Edward smiled and then said, "Can I ask you some questions about God, Mr. Lang?" "Yes, of course, sir." "Is God happy when 2 people fall in love?" "Yes, sir, but—" "And is God happy when 2 people fall in love and get married?" "Yes, sir, but—" "And is God happy when 2 people fall in love, get married, and live happily together?" "Yes, sir, but—" "Then, Archbishop, Wallis and I will make God very happy. We are in love. We'll get married, and we'll live together happily." "But you don't understand, sir," Mr. Lang replied. "The Church says that divorce is wrong. Mrs. Simpson cannot leave Mr. Simpson and then marry you. You must forget about her and find another woman. Please, sir, I must ask you to think again." "That is not possible," Edward said softly. "When Wallis is free, I shall marry her." There was a long silence. The Archbishop looked down at the floor and shook his head. "You're making a big mistake, sir," he said. "The Church is very strong, and we will not have this woman as our queen." Suddenly, Edward stood up, his face red and angry. "Thank you for coming," he said, "but I have nothing more to say, and I want to be alone." The Archbishop stood up to go, but then turned and touched the King's arm. "Please, sir, think again. The Church will be against you." "I don't care," Edward replied. "I have God on my side, and that is all I need. Goodbye, Mr. Lang."